is actually a topic I've presented on before. It was a year ago, so it's been a while. And I've talked with other people and they've seemed interested in this topic, so I'm going to hot seat this speech and hopefully it will be riveting for all of you. So imagine that the first time you do public speaking, it's for a group of super attorneys. Have you all heard of super attorneys before? Super attorneys are the best attorneys in the United States, and they represent the big Fortune 500 companies like Starbucks, Microsoft, Boeing, and they're in this alternate universe called Seattle. My assignment was to be a loan executive to United Way of King County. I was assigned to the law firms, and I was assigned to present in front of these super attorneys. This was 2006. One of the people that I met was former Governor Gary Locke, who knew he's an attorney. This was right after he left the governorship and right before he became an ambassador to the United States. I met the former president of Nextel International, who was also an attorney. I met the legal team for Starbucks. It was all very intimidating. And on top of that being your first speaking experience, imagine that you have no experience and you have to ask them for money. And not only that, but about 300 nonprofits who are doing good all across King County are depending on you to bring in money. So it really depends on you. The buck stops with you. We're all here because we want to improve our speaking ability. There's actually a survey out there asking people what is their greatest phobia. Public speaking is number one over death. People are afraid of public humiliation. I'm afraid of looking unorganized, of not knowing what I'm talking about. We're all afraid of the disaster that can happen on stage. But on the flip side of that, there are so many rewards for being an established public speaker. When you are at the center of the stage, you automatically appear to be a confident, knowledgeable, expert. It's a really easy way to establish that with a group of people. Your opportunity for making good contacts is huge. A lot of people become established public speakers to promote themselves in their workplace. It's even a possibility for you to make extra money doing public speaking. The average speaking gig pays between $2,500 and $3,000 per speaking gig. A lot of people make a good living just doing a few public speaking gigs a month. So how do you get there? It'd be great to solve that, right? It'd be great to be a public speaker. Well, a lot of us are here at Toastmasters, but if you're like me and you have an assigned speech, where do you even start? How do you even know where to begin in crafting your speech? And that is what I'm here to talk with you about. And actually, I've just used that technique on you. It's called spin selling. Spin selling is a book that's been around since the late 80s, early 90s. It was written by Neil Rackham. And it's actually a process that follows how people think. So what you do is you follow a formula, and you don't have to take too many notes. I actually have handouts, so I'll hand these out at the end. Basically what you do is you craft your speech using the acronym SPIN. So SPIN stands for situation, problem, implication, and need payoff. Situation is where you establish your need for the speech. You can tell a story. You can just say, "Hi, I'm Melody and I'm here to talk about this topic." The problem is where you're going to spend the most amount of time. And it sounds negative, but that's really where you establish trust with your audience. It's a very important part. What most people tend to do, if you've ever gone to a networking event, they go straight to solution. "Hi, I'm Melody Chambers. I'm going to solve all your problems with my real estate school. Give me a call." But I haven't established a rapport there. That person doesn't know that I get their challenges. They don't know that I understand where they're coming from. So they may just put that business card and put it in their pocket. When you think problem, think infomercials. When you watch TV and you turn on the infomercials, they don't go straight to solution. They spend a lot of time on the problem. They have the person in the kitchen with the ketchup and mustard, and they say, has this ever happened to you? And the person squirts mustard all over themselves. Or they're making eggs, and the eggs get stuck to the pan, and they're just, beside themselves. They spend a lot of time on the problem before they go to the solution. And there's a reason for that. It's the quickest way for you to establish a rapport with your audience. The third one is implication. Implication is where you establish, wouldn't it be so great to solve this problem? What is on the other side of this problem? Now, I use it a little bit differently than they use it in the book. In the book, this is actually a sales technique. So these are actually questions that you would ask people, a series of questions. But when crafting a speech, you can just start to state what the implications are for solving that. So in this case, getting promoted, getting paid public speaking gigs, looking like an expert. And then finally is need payoff. And need payoff is where you finally go to the solution, but not until after you've covered everything else. So that is how you craft a speech. It's my hack. I've used it for United Way speeches for asking people for money with great success. And I've found that it's applicable for almost every kind of speech as well. So I'm going to hand out a worksheet to you, and the next time you have a Toastmaster speech, you can use this worksheet to plan it all out.